Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's run this team. So we're going to be featuring the Shadow, Alolan, Sandslash with the Mandibuzz and the Serperior in the back. They have the Dragonite. They're going to switch out into their Feraligatr. We are going to show the first one, ends up being the Ice Beam, so that's a great shield by us. We're going to go for this Aerial Ace bait, hoping that they do shield. They don't shield, so we're going to have to fire off this Aerial Ace immediately. This is going to get the shield or it's going to get the KO. And now we're expecting the Dragonite to come back in. We're going to be able to throw this Aerial Ace back. This is going to be some neutral damage. We do grab a shield back, so we have that going for us. They try to catch a move onto their Ferrothorn. We're going to switch out into the Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is going to tank the Thunder, and we're just going to fire off our Dark Pulse here, trying to get to another move. Let's see who's going to be able to get there. They are going to be able to reach the move, so this is going to be the Power Whip. So they were trying to just chip away. We are going to throw this Dark Pulse again, get it into the low red. They switch out into their Dragonite. The Dragonite here is going to throw the Super Power, and that was the mistake. We are going to struggle to take out this Dragonite now. The Aerial Ace does grab that last shield, and they are able to farm us down right there. So, unfortunately, unable to get to multiple moves on the Serperior, and we end up getting KO'd right there. Okay, Alolan, Sandslash versus the Clodsire. We're going to stay in for now. We're going to fire off this Ice Sponge. Right before they get to their move, this Ice Sponge does grab a shield, so indicating they are trying to get a move off. They are going to throw the Earthquake and dip out of there. We're going to go into our Serperior in the one shield situation. They go for the Hydro Cannon, and we are able to tank that. And now we're just going to apply the pressure. We're going to go for this Frenzy Plant, or it's going to get the KO. Our opponent does elect to shield. We're going to let this one go here, and we're going to try to get to a move. We do reach a move, but it's only the Aerial Ace, and we are able to simultaneous KO, and that is as good as that's going to get. We know that there is a Clodsire still lurking. We're going to go into the Mandibuzz here. Mandibuzz is going to tank the first move. Ends up being the Sludge Bomb, so they're not running the Stone Edge. So this is a great situation for us. Going to go for this Dark Pulse here to chip away at that Clodsire. And then our opponent here is going to continue throwing these Sludge Bombs. We're going to switch out into the Sandslash and see what they have lurking in the back. We're going to throw the Ice Punch back at their Mandibuzz. So looks like this Sandslash was a core breaker for their team. This is going to be potential farm down. Unfortunately, we don't get the farm down. We have to tank a Dark Pulse. Now we get the farm down. Now we have energy to throw back at this Clodsire, and this is going to be KO with this Ice Punch. So GG's to our opponent, able to use the Sandslash much more efficiently right here. But luckily, it was basically a core breaker between their Clodsire and the Mandibuzz. Alright, next game, we got the Sandslash here versus the Feraligatr. We're going to switch out into the Serperior and see what they have to answer for this. They're going to throw a move. We're going to shield the first one. Ends up being the Crunch. We avoid the debuff. They go back into their Cresselia. This Cresselia here is tanky, but it is going to take them a while to take out our Serperior, which is pretty tanky as well. You can see two Frenzy Plants gets them into the red. What are they running? They're running the Moonblast, so Moonblast doesn't quite take us out. We're going to go into our Senseless. We are able to get that farm down, get the energy advantage. Now we're going to throw this Draw Run back at this Feraligatr. We do grab that shield. And then our opponent here forces the energy. They go for the Hydro. Unfortunately, unable to get to a move. And looks like they have Clodsire in the back. So Clodsire versus our Mandibuzz is going to be favorable for them if they're running Stone Edge. So Stone Edge does get revealed. We are going to throw this Dark Pulse here, and it's only going to chip away at this Clodsire. Clodsire probably can tank 3 more Dark Pulses, and they're going to throw another Stone Edge here. Stone Edge doesn't quite KO, so we're going to be able to chip away again with this Dark Pulse. This Dark Pulse gets it into the red, and then we're going to switch out immediately here. We do have a little bit of energy advantage. Our opponent here goes back into their Feraligatr. We throw the Aerial Ace, and then our opponent here is going to force our last shield. And at this point, we're just going to look for the farm down. We do get the farm down, and that is really good news for us because now we're going to be able to go for this Frenzy Plant and KO the Clodsire. So taking down the Clodsire by committee, thankfully the Serperior was able to gain a lot of energy advantage and go for the win there. All right, next game, let's see. What do we see? We got the Sandslash versus the Clodsire. This is favorable for us because we are running the Powder Snow version. We're going to throw this move right before they get to the Earthquake. Let's see what they end up doing here. They decided to tank it, and we're going to have to shield here. Potential Earthquake incoming, and it is the Earthquake. We're going to continue building up energy and throw this Ice Punch, and our opponent here is going to shield, and then we're going to try to catch a move. Did we catch the Earthquake? Yes, we did, so that was a good catch by us. But then we see the Jumpuff in the back. Jumpuff here is going to fire off the Arrow Ace. Looks like the Arrow Ace is going to just chip away at our Mandibuzz. We are going to throw our own Arrow Ace to get them into the yellow. We can tank probably at least 2 more Arrow Aces. We'll see what happens here. We're going to throw our own arrows. They barely survive, and then we do take out the Jumpuff, and they unfortunately decide that they are going to GG's quit because our Mandibuzz is still fairly healthy, and we still have fairly healthy Pokemon left, so GG's to our opponent. Alright, next game we got the Gastrodon to do with. That's not a great matchup. We're going to switch into the Serperior. We bait out the Fortress here. Fortress is going to have an interesting moveset. I don't know what moveset they're going to be running here. Is this okay? It ends up being the Rock Tomb. We're going to fire off these Arrow Aces to chip away, and it's only neutral damage at this point. Our opponent here is going to continue building up energy. We're going to fire off this Arrow Ace, get him into the red. We unfortunately are not really doing a lot of fast move pressure. They're throwing these Rock Tombs. It does get the debuff right here, so this Arrow Ace might not KO now. Yeah, it doesn't KO, and some gets a farm down. Unfortunately, no farm down. So we're going to have to decide what do we want to get an energy advantage on. We know that they still have that Gastrodon, so we're going to get some energy on our Sandslash here. And then we're going to throw this Ice Punch right before they get to their move. Let's see if we try to catch a move. Okay, we tried to catch a move here. Let's see if we get it Earth Power. Okay, it ends up being the Body Slam. They were going to go for the bait. Looks like our opponent does end up having the Shadow Drapion. We got to, unfortunately, deal with the Shadow Drapion. It is throwing Aqua Tail, so that's even worse news because now we know that they're going to be more spammier than Crunch/Sludge Bomb. 2 Aqua Tails get thrown pretty quickly. We have to start investing shields here. We are at a lot of energy, so we're going to fire up this Arrow Ace. The Arrow Ace does do some neutral damage. We switch out trying to get to a move, and they're going to be able to throw an Aqua Tail here. Our opponent here comes back in with their Gastrodon. Gastrodon here is going to have to tank the Ice Punch. We get them into the red, and let's see how many Body Slams they end up having. 1 Body Slam does get thrown here. We're going to have to throw this Arrow Ace immediately because we know that they're going to be close to another Body Slam, and then we're going to try to get to another Arrow Ace. Does this KO from this range? It is a Shadow. No, it's not. So you just our opponent unable to come back from the Gastrodon lead. Tough backline. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.